Thank you, Randy.
Buddy.
Hello, my name is Barry, and I identify as a trans-geriatric. I'm old. I began transitioning in my 40s when my ass migrated to my body and now sticks out the front. Now there's nothing left to hold up my pants. My rear is flatter than the East Wing at the White House. I've reached the butt crack stage of transition. Male cleavage, the crack of dawn, the vertical smile you often see at Walmart and Home Depot. People point and laugh, and they take pictures, and you see them on Facebook. However, a butt crack is nothing to sniff at. It's filled with bugs and sweat in the summertime, and in the winter it ices over. Gradually, transition has progressed to the point where my body, once a temple of testosterone, has turned into a leaking, creaking, huffing, puffing, wheezing, constipated version of my early self. Every sphincter and orifice, once tighter than a condom on a bowling ball, is looser than a door on a Boeing jet. Walking behind me is a death sentence. I walk slower than an escalator carrying Donald Trump. Although my dental visits are a lot easier, I just drop them off at the front desk and go to a movie. Frequent bathroom visits might be the worst part of geriatric transition. My bladder speaks to me now, and when it says now, it means now. With no warning, sometimes it'll just shout out, "You're fuller than a tick at a blood bank." Usually when I'm on an interstate and all the signs say the next exit's 4 miles, but my bladder's screaming, "You got 50 feet at best." So I pull over to the shoulder of the road and lift the hood, take out my Johnson and let loose. The other drivers think my radiator is busted. Except for the state trooper parked behind me. Cornhole. You know that's a game? When I was a kid, you went to prison for that. Why would you name a game after a felony? Every time I hear that name, my buns clamp together like vice grips on a rusty bolt. We moved to Asheville in 1994, and we found a condo out in Arden. It was a very nice place to live. 2014, we were watching the TV, and we saw Tom Selleck, and he was pushing reverse mortgages. And we were getting older, and we said, "Sound like this is a good idea," so we jumped on it right away. And it's worked out wonderful. I recommend it for everybody. In 2024, our landlord found out. But life moves on. How about that HCA? They've turned Mission into a resort hospital. Unfortunately, it's the last resort. I went to the ER a couple of months ago, and now I know why Mission's called a trauma center. It looked like the license plate renewal place. It was fuller than Caroline Levitt's brassiere. And you know they no longer call it the ER? It's now called the ED. I didn't know whether to get an X-ray or a refill on my Viagra. Speaking of health, I joined the fitness center because I wanted to regain some flexibility. I told the trainer I would just be happy as hell if I could bend over and touch my toes. So 6 months later, I still couldn't get past my knees. So I quit exercising and let my fingernails grow. When you walk into Planet Fitness, all you see is spandex, along with living proof that inflation is on the rise. How some of those people got into their clothes is amazing. There are more bulges than an all-male ballet. And the wedgies, their crevices so deep you could bury the Epstein files in them. They look really painful. But if you try and help someone and pull it out, you get slapped. It's even worse if you push it back in. Sometimes men are completely helpless, and shopping for a woman is one of those times. Birthdays, Valentine's, anniversaries, those are the worst times. These are the times that cause our stones to withdraw into our body like a turtle in its shell. Every man knows that buying a gift for a woman every man knows his chances of buying something a woman likes is slimmer than surviving a 2 a.m. visit to Waffle House. On the other hand, women love shopping. It's an orgasm waiting to happen. I haven't bought clothes in years. My wife buys them for me. She even ties my ties, and they're clip-ons. But instead of just going out and buying something, men go into a vegetative state similar to a congressman during a government shutdown. We become as comatose as Joe Biden during a presidential debate. We wait until the very last minute, and then we rush out to the nearest Dollar General store and grab something as useless as pallbearers at a cremation. Even though that something is going back to the store faster than you can say acetaminophen. Have you ladies ever noticed, and I know you have, that the bathroom is a lot wetter when your husband leaves than when he went in? That's because when we stand in front of the toilet, we like to have a target. Nothing brings joy to our heart like finding something in the bowl. It can be debris from an underflush, it can be fixed or floating, but ideally we will find a bug swimming around. Maybe you've heard of being a dead-eye dick. Well, not with men, especially if old Deadeye is being used in the hands-free mode. Then it's like one of those tall, uncontrolled balloons you see wiggling in front of a car wash. You know the ones I'm talking about? They got a face painted on them and a flat head. It's like Elon Musk at a Doge rally. We only switch to the hands-on mode if the bug jumps onto the rim or even the vanity. Then we latch onto that old Colt 45 and follow that sucker around the room until we drown it or run out of ammo. When Adam and Eve were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, women were punished with a womb. Men were given a prostate. Currently, mine is swollen larger than Kristi Noem's lips. So I went to the doctor to have it checked out, and he said, drop your drawers and bend over. Well, you got no idea what he's doing back there, and you're just hoping he's not a cornhole player. Then you hear the snap of latex, the squish of Vaseline. You feel a hand on your shoulder, and wham! It's like a polar vortex. He's tickling your tonsils. Besides the pain, there's a certain amount of personal embarrassment. You wonder if you showered thoroughly. You worry there might be some hanging chad or aroma that might offend the doctor. But then you realize this guy has been doing this for 30 years. He smelled more butts than J.D. Vance and Mike Johnson combined. Thank you.